Welcome back to my channel. I am Luxuriously Layla, and before we get started with this video, subscribe and like because it's very helpful for my channel. And yeah, so today's video is everyone isn't for you, and that's okay. So something that you have to learn, or something that I've learned, is not trying to fit in and not trying to convince everyone that you're likable or that you should be liked. Because no matter what you do, everyone isn't going to like you, and everyone isn't going to be okay with who you are, which is why it's a good thing to stand out, and it's a good thing to be yourself, your authentic self. And everyone isn't going to like you. Oh, you're forgetting the title of the video. Everyone isn't for you, and that's okay. Yeah, everyone isn't for you. I guess part of life is wanting to fit in, wanting to be appreciated by everyone, and basically wanting to be loved by everyone and cared for. But everyone isn't going to love you or care about you or even respect you. But it's a matter of going where you are loved, where you are appreciated, where you are respected, because that is showing that you feel those things about yourself, and you're also teaching others of how they should treat you as well, at least the people who you choose to be in your environment. Everyone isn't for you, and that's okay, to me, means that you don't have to waste time trying to explain to someone that you're worthy of respect and worthy of their time, and basically worthy of you, just of them being in your presence, etc. Because the people who are for you, you won't have to waste time trying to convince them of those things. The way I see it is that it's kind of ridiculous to my voice is sounding a bit cracky, like it was breaking, like anyway, but it's fine. It would be to me, it sounds a bit ridiculous to basically beg someone to respect you, or to beg someone that you're worthy of their time, or beg someone that you're like valued as a person. Because if you have to beg, and if you have to like plead with others that you're deserving of whatever it is, then they're not for you, and you're not for them. And you should go where you're appreciated and where you feel valued highly, and you feel content in yourself, and you're content in the environment that you have set for yourself, and that includes the people that you put in your environment. Everyone isn't for you, and that's okay. It is also a reminder that people are different. People have their own cliques, their own skills and hobbies and different things about themselves. And not everyone is going to be in the same sports team, or not everyone is going to be into, I don't really know, but humans, people, we're divided by groups all the time. We're divided by the country that we're in. We're divided by the religion that we're in, or our race, or our gender. A lot of things are divided. However, the things that keep us together are having common values, and having these core values brings in, well, it ties in community and relatability. And yeah, community and relatability, because people want to surround themselves on who they can relate to, who they share common interests, common goals, and they want to be around people who, basically being around people who have the same similar goals as you. It makes you feel happy, because it makes you feel like what you're doing is cool, or what you're doing is interesting, and it has some type of value to you, but it also has some type of value to someone else, and it makes it more popular, and it makes you feel more accepted into the community, or accepted into the society as a whole. Everyone isn't for you, and that's okay. It also connects to not being a people pleaser, and knowing that it is important to establish boundaries and also maintain boundaries with people who do not value you or care about your feelings and your values, and or other things about you. And a reason why it's important not to force those types of relationships, whether it is your family, your friends, well, if they are your friend or whatever, then they should not be doing that anyway. But anyway, whether they're your family, your friend, your coworker, either way, you should be having some type of, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. But anyway, whoever you have in your environment, they should be respectful to you. And if they're not, then you can not delete them from your life, but stop surrounding yourself with them if you are able to, or tune them out in some way. And if you're not able to, then at your best, just try not to try to be a people pleaser and trying to please their interests and what they think of you and such, just so that you can fit in, when the thing that matters most, rather than trying to just fit in, it's what you think of yourself and how you feel about yourself, and whether you have peace with yourself. Because if you go on in life trying to please others and trying to accommodate other people's feelings and values over yourself, then throughout the time and throughout life, you will forget about you and what your values are, what your feelings are. And then you'll end up thinking, why don't I know that much about myself? Or why do I struggle to just spend an hour just by myself? Why do I always seek time out of someone else and wanting to always be in someone else's presence instead of being comfortable with being in your presence. And back to the title of everyone isn't, what was the title again? Okay, everyone isn't for you. Everyone isn't for you, and that's okay. I'm trying to think of what to say or what I could say. Everyone isn't for you, and that's okay. I like that it is okay. I like that it's okay that we don't have to spend so much time trying to impress everyone or trying to have everyone like us, because that would be a lot of work. Just think of how many people are in the world, and to imagine trying to convince 1 billion people is, I know there's more than 1 billion, it's like 8 billion people now or something, but even trying to impress 1 billion or 1 million people to like you is very, it's a very difficult and almost impossible job to do, because even if someone does show that they like you, it's just the external of it. You don't know how they feel internally, or you don't know how someone feels internally about you unless they're showing in their actions, and you also feel internally that they're being sincere. Because I think that even if someone shows in their actions that they like you, they can still have some type of internal resentment towards you. And if you don't have discernment, if you're not good at reading signs about people that they show in their actions, in their body language, maybe the tone of their voice, then you'll think that their actions are enough. Even though, actions are important, but also their words, or at least how you perceive them in terms of their aura or like their energy. Okay, everyone isn't for you, and that's okay. Also could speak to your family members, because sometimes you may think that just because they're your parent or your sibling, that they have to be your main supporter or just a supporter of you in general. But sometimes your family member, whether it's your sibling, your parent, your cousin, your auntie or uncle or whomever, just them being your family member isn't enough for them to like you, or even for you to like them, because being a family member doesn't equate to having a good bond with someone, because we all have things about ourselves that makes us compatible with another personality, and our personality is connected to our values, the things that we care about, the things that we don't care about, the different traits about ourselves, different skills that we may have, or the different little quirks that we have. And if it doesn't align with someone else, in this instance a family member, then they're not going to like you, or I don't want to say they're gonna hate you, but depending on what the value is, and if it's like a non-negotiable and it's just something you both can, it's something you both can't agree on, then you're just going to clash and you're just not going to agree on that thing. And going back to the topic, everyone isn't for you, and that's okay, is that you don't have to spend time on trying to convince a family member that, oh, we're family, we should get along, or we're co-workers or friends. Or I mean, if you're a friend of someone, then you should already get along based off your common goals and values and such. But anyway, with a family member, if those core values and non-negotiables don't align, then don't force it. And it's okay that it's not working out. You can choose your own family. Or in novels and like book, I don't want to say book talk, but in the book groups and such, they call it found family, and it's basically choosing who your family is, and it's based off of it. Like, it can be your friend, or it can be someone in your life who's not biologically your family, but they show traits of a brother or a sister, and these friends group or whatever, it equates to that brotherly or sisterly bond that you have to someone. And I find that very cute. I find it very peaceful that even if you have disagreements with a family member or someone you think that you should be close with, it's okay, because you can find someone else that is okay with you and who you are. And you don't have to try to accommodate and try to change who you are just for you to fit into their life, and vice versa. And everyone isn't for you, and that's okay. I think it's important to not waste time trying to convince everyone that you belong in their life, or trying to convince them that they belong in your life, because whoever is for you will find you, or whoever is for you, you will find them. And Allah will put people in your life, and you just have to decide if you want them to be in your life for whatever duration it is, or if you don't want them to be in your life. And as you get older, or as you become, I don't know what your age group is, but when you're an adult and you don't live with your parents or whomever, or just in general, then you can decide who you want to come into contact with, or you can just decide if you just want to stay home all the time. But it's all a matter of choice and deciding what is best for you, because who you surround yourself really does make a difference on your environment, how you feel internally, how you feel externally, in your results and everything. Because if you hang around positive people, you're generally going to be more positive, and if you hang around a negative person, then you're gonna tend to be more negative about life. So keep in mind that everyone isn't for you, and that's okay. And I think we're done with this video. I hope someone found it helpful in some way, or it's something that you've been thinking about for a while and you've been trying to convince yourself otherwise, but now you feel like you know the answer and that you're going to put yourself first rather than someone else's. So that is it for today's video. Subscribe to my channel, Luxuriously Layla. Like this video and comment if you found this video helpful. Thank you for watching.